the state of Indiana's exhibit for the Great American State Fair, celebrating our nation's 250th anniversary on the National Mall in Washington, D.C., June 25th to July 10th. So Governor, when you tell my team at the State Fair that we get to plan a state fair, we think a little different. And we decided to have a little fun with this. And we created a custom 5-hole mini golf course that tells the story of Indiana. I doubt any other state will have an exhibit that is anything like this for the 2-week run in DC. This mini golf course was inspired by the FFA golf course at the State Fair. So we're tying in our State Fair to what we're doing in DC. We were asked to take the lead on this project, but it was a true team effort for the governor's office and a lot of others across the state. We had some great sponsors, the Indiana 250th Commission, Pacer Sports Entertainment, and the Indiana Sports Corp. We've also got a few members of our State Fair Commission and our State Fair Board here today, including our Commission Chair, Mitch Frazier, and our State Fair Board President, Sandy Nykum. Thank you for being here. But for us at the Indiana State Fair, this event means even more because it's an opportunity to recognize the fair industry. This event is the Great American State Fair, and that name really isn't lost on us. It has significance. We're acknowledging an industry that's older than our nation itself. Most people don't know that the first agricultural fair in this country was held in 1765. And the first, what we would call a county fair, was held in 1811. The Indiana State Fair dates back to 1852, making it the 6th oldest state fair in the nation. And in less than 2 months, August 7th to the 23rd, we'll be holding the 169th Indiana State Fair. Yes. For centuries, the fair industry has been bringing together urban and rural and making memories and building traditions for millions of people across the generations. And today, according to a recent economic impact study from our Trade Industry Association, the International Association of Fairs and Expositions, the fair industry contributes $30 billion to the economy, attracts 98 million visitors, and creates more than 230,000 jobs. That's a powerful industry that we get to celebrate in Washington, D.C., along with our nation's 250th birthday. Because of this history, this longevity, and this impact, the fair industry is woven into the very fabric of America. We're proud to host the best state fair in the nation to play our part in this. So Governor Braun, thank you for asking our state fair to take the lead in representing all Hoosiers in this celebration of our great nation. So thank you, and everyone else, thank you for being here. Now it's my pleasure to introduce the Governor of Indiana, Governor Braun.
Well, thank you. That was quite a welcome coming in. I don't know how you put the band together like that. They were very well dressed and the music was wonderful. This is the fun part of the job. And I've gotten such a good glimpse at our state. When I was elected senator back in 2018, I made a pledge to visit every one of our 92 counties. And for several of the 4th of July celebrations, the largest parade is down in Greene County, Linton. I was there. I was just in Corydon last week, staring at the constitutional elm and the kind of enormity of how the state got started. The elm tree is still there, even though it got hit by lightning or died. They've encased it in almost kind of a shroud. Be interesting for anybody to go take a look at it. But, history kind of oozes out of this state, and the celebration of our own statehood, moving back to my home county and falling in love with forestry and the land, realized looking around in our DuBois County Museum that by happenstance, didn't realize it, I am the owner of the first land transaction, 320 acres split between, that's a half a section. I'm looking at the map and darn, I said, that's where my farm is. Didn't know that when I bought it in 91, but that was the first transaction from the federal government to a Revolutionary War hero, Toussaint Dubois. Of course, we pronounce that DuBois down there. There was just something about that that gave me a chill in looking at it. And when you look how far we go back, that was 1809 when that first land transaction occurred in my home town and county. So here, for us to be such a part of it, is one of the windfalls or luck of being in the place when you're talking about 250 years. And here, the pavilion showcase ahead of the Great American State Fair. How could you have a prettier place to do it? Can't wait to get on the putt-putt course here in a moment. We're all proud of this day, and we've each got our own stories in doing it. State Fair reminds me, I didn't grow up on a farm, but lived on one ever since we moved back in the late 70s. When I did fall in love with the land, that's the deep heritage that we all share. Our state was founded by pioneers. Imagine taking that risk, either coming through the Cumberland Gap up through Kentucky, or like many coming down the Ohio River. And of course, the state was settled from the south up, and it only started a few years before that. And now we're 250 years down the trail. We never have lost that entrepreneurial spirit. I think that's what makes our state stand out. I think it's what makes our 92 counties, the communities within them, do so. That's going to be on display at the Indiana's Pavilion at the Great American State Fair. So I encourage all Hoosiers to get out there. I encourage all Hoosiers to find out what roots in your own town, your own county, your own city reach back to those days. When I found it, I was amazed, and it's been a treasure to me ever since. I do want to thank the sponsors that have made this possible. Penske Sports and Entertainment, Indiana Sports Corp., and all the companies and individuals who made this happen. Hope everyone has a great time today celebrating our country and our state, and we're just getting started. So plan what you're going to do on the 4th. Most of your towns and your counties are going to have big celebrations. I'm looking forward to the great race occurring out in DC. Maureen and I are going to be there, and we're going to get involved in as many things as we can going forward. And it starts now. The State Fair is a big part of it. Thank you for letting me be here to help kick it off. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Governor. We couldn't do this without your leadership, so thank you. So that concludes the announcement for today. Please stay, enjoy refreshments, try out the putt-putt course, and hopefully we'll see you all in Washington, D.C. Thank you.